Welcome to Unacademy. This is Raghu with you. Let's crack UPSC Civil Service Examination, India's largest learning platform. This is I have been UPSC aspirant in this direction. The pen in 7 have topped UPSC Civil Service Examination in S4 2015. Made me take up a big way. And then I've been writing an integral Telegram channel where I will be giving material, all the material, what contact. Having said, I strongly recommend for you. Then like you may ask me, will I get this subscription? Wrong, won't get. You'll be having structured courses. What are structured courses? Structured courses, those are created based on this year question, previous year question. My dear students, along with that, you'll be having live tests. And don't think that you'll be just having recorded. No, you'll be having live class for doubt and all these things, having other students. What are you waiting for? Get a subscription. You may ask me, like, how can I get this? First point for you, there are many apps, my dear students. You have to download Google Pay. Then downloading the app is the first step. Why? Because place where you will realize what hundreds of teaching. They have made more than 50,000 courses, not videos, courses. Their top educators, their bureaucrats, successful candidates will be teaching. Come to know, like teaching what, their future, everything. Download Academy. Next, as I told you, you have got top educators. Name the subject, you have got topic. Not the only many senior faculties. Like if you are a serious aspirant by this time, you know Kunal sir, Roman Saini. For the toppers, their own field, Saini, he has cleared. In fact, he was the youngest at the time. Clear the thing. Sami, as you know, French himself is a teacher and also a topper. He with a winner. As I told, we have created more courses. Name the subject, you have got more history, geography. This had English differently, basic numeracy, decision making, not only means Sharma sir, one of the senior most also has worked. Primarily, we have got two kinds of subjects. One is stress, and is I. May I ask, like, what are these? What in iconic subscription will be having live classes, series, set schedule, but in the personal daily mains answer practice planner speed means iconic subscription will be having a facility and holding facility where a personal coach will pressure the start a strong movement. Yes, sir. For 1 month, thousands with my. If you say no, I want an iconic subscription. Don't want plus. You can go here. Have one. You are in graduation, still thinking of taking 23, something like that. Based on year in which you want. As the number of years in past with my promo code, the IAS, you'll be getting a subscription. Use my code and get 10% discount. Having realized the importance of optional subject, we have created a sub where all the topics, all the subjects UPSC, subjects of UPSC, only place where almost for all the subjects will be that too very very not. Take 2 years subject will be with my where you will be getting 10%. What are you waiting for? Get a subject. Having said, let us begin our a very very important class because you are aware that syllabus of ethics based on especially last three chapters things with ethics in public administration, OBT, the first report, your citizens charter, ethics in governance, the and personal administration, like almost can go. But the problem here is the literature here is very dense, difficult to comprehend. When I was a student, I almost every time I ethics at the cost of other subjects, but not able to cost, cannot cannot make the notes, cannot apply. That is, I have started new course covering all the sectors that are having relevance to it. you are the one want to master second ERC report with respect to ethics, where I'm covering everything related to ethics in all the 50 ARC reports. Years back, I've written on in this ethics aptitude part 1 is available on. I've written this book, pen name Buddha is. Have a look at the only this book. Also, one thing what I have done is not even added single word. So it may appear a little difficult. So and some things like that you may, but the like books I have put a lot of effort. I've given everything in form, like in para. At that, understand ethics, the second ARC. With respect to ethics, syllabus, here they are. I have told ethics, the own syllabus has used more frequently, including your name of the syllabus 11 times. Only word, your paper, it chapter, go through them for the previous year. We have already discussed. Also, we'll discuss once again light of second RC. Go through them because if all these things takes time, the relevance I have put here. Friends, don't read six like 2013 paper questions related to a topic. Then only you can analyze what. Then only you can say like you can understand mind of UPSC. My dear students, going through previous year questions is very important. Very important for the many reasons. One of the reason is nearly 80% of the questions are repeating. The only paper where the just to highlight how you have got 7 topics. Like if I have segregated them in detail into 70 topics, which I have provided in 37 according to UPSC, where UPSC has given semicolon. So in this, for the past 7 years from 2013, 50% of the topics not been touched. Means hardly you will be having 13 to past 7 years students. Don't you think that has to be repeated? These things are the things go through them. Just understand. Try to understand the mindset of the UPSC question. Also, there are a lot of concepts which you can use in your answer. Your answer like a question itself, UPSC has provided. Let me take one. Say for example, here I have given there is heavy ethical. Not you because they occupy position power corrupts, power corrupts have they are occupying the power force handle you. They are the people who are implementing all the programs. Their decisions have a wide range of impact on society and environment. Like say here, 2004. What does ethics? Why is it all important? All, why is it why it is public power don't have power, strong purposes, large amount source of power. Money is the thing which is there to exchange with anything. Your decisions have large impact. Added to this, add one more like discretion they will be having. So the answer is there in many questions. I have to go step further. Discuss what second as. First, you might have read in many places, many books. I don't want to add anything other than what is there. I will add upon in my further sessions, my future sessions. In this series, according to second ARC, wherever I mention in my videos as according, don't go behind because second ARC is in fact the climax. The second ARC just internalize. First, you take second ARC as a basis. Afterwards, you build upon. Second ARC is a six set of states or in another sentence, is that different. Very, very. In fact, though your report for ethics in governance about and the title is like ethics in governance. Content is dispersed. I have gathered like from all the reports things with respect to second ARC says of standards are the things which we take as standards are the thing. ESI stand, ISI stand are the standards to determine whether a product is good or bad. Similarly, which say these are the principles which guide us towards you have standards. Can you say anything right or wrong? When a boy is going, when a boy is riding bike left side, say that is why standard we have that one should ride on left side. So these are the standards. Ethics, what are they? Ethics are the standards. They are the principles which say what you have, what you should not do, what is correct, right? Mention in all answers. My dear students, request you just for this definition, meaning of ethics. Only that second makes the UPSC book thing textual and also referred by UPSC. Don't refer any definition given by you. Second year. One of the thing is will be subjective things. So just concentrate on the things given in ARC. That's more than according to going further. Important, comprehensive, and you have to internalize according to second year. Ethics is a set of standards that society places. So here, like some not a correct thing. They say that ethics is given by external source. This may be correct because ethics is given those areas where you are part of society, part of society. Then how can you say that ethics is something which is given from external source? In morality, when ethics come, we is about society, it's about culture. We are part means like democracy. Democracy, can we say constitution is given by some external source? We ourselves have given constitution to ourselves. Similarly, ethics has been given by ourselves. We ourselves have given ethics to ourselves. We are part of society. That line of thought in many while distinguishing between ethics and morals. Some have to be some differences. They are defining. Want to put more number of fact. No difference between ethics. Nearly 80% of the second ARC and also UPSC has been using ethics morals interchangeably. 2019, we had a question saying constitutional morality. Morality, a constitution morality related to an individual. So, as you state, comes synonymously, interchangeably. Here helps guide behavior, choice, and the very important definition. My dear students, for you to understand, these are the other definitions given in many areas of the. There is not the same thing. In one place, he also says that it of values and principles, which helps guide behavior, choice, and syllabus. But just very in this have to write on it. In fact, some with values to it and more, not can change, can use them until not saying they're exactly same, but many reasons there are many things which are common, are similar to this. You can use set of help to get the behavior. They said that a part of broader thing. Some also represent this, like ethics, some values which are in the form of values which are in the form of standards or principles which say what is right, what is wrong. All these things, ethical standards and ethics. Say for example, what does say for example, stealing? We all know stealing is bad. Love, affection, empathy. Understand how these ethical standards leads to behavior where you won't steal, where you exhibit love and affection, all sympathy, empathy, and compassion to weaker sections. Does this happen? Ethical standards and second IRCC. Ethical standards by themselves do not lead ethical behavior. To have ethical behavior, we should have culture. In fact, he uses robust culture, robust culture of integrity. You get the meaning? This. Let me explain this. Simple. Second IRCC. Everything what I say, ethical standards by themselves, ethical behavior requires a robust culture of robust, strong culture, culture, culture that passed on from is accepted by most members of the. This is not in on this side. That most members should accept that. Then this is not inborn. This is which satisfy this integrity. Those standards I set sympathy. This is when you apply this in your day-to-day integrity, ethics in act. You should have a culture where ethical principles are up, where like the application of ethical standards come from one generation. Most members of the society follow them, follow those ethical standards. They are passed on from one generation to another, and they are learned. They are learned. They are learned. They are learned. So by this way, you will have ethical behavior. But there should be some culture of integrity. Integrity, say, man of integrity means ethical principle that should be embedded in the culture where generally people follow. Is this clear? So there are many societies where there is no culture of integrity. Stating the thing, culture of integrity means in that culture, in that society, ethical standards. It is cultural for them to follow the ethical standard. This leads to where every society has ethical standards, research, but not all society have the culture of integrity. Implement ethical standards day to day. So what we need culture of, it. Don't leave culture just one word in all these things passed on from one generation to another. Say for example, what our parents have told, things what we have learned, some things what most parts of the society agree upon. So it includes a very powerful culture of it. Otherwise it will stand. Very important thing will be asked examination. How to ensure ethical behavior. Praxis should have a robust ethics and corruption. The whole fourth report in ARC, except introduction and second also has used the term all the things dealing about main content. Why? Not because second ARC is second ARC do. The thing is, see, there is ethics. There cannot be there, there is indicates it means that so the question is how to improve the state, how to write all those things, how to crux of the whole. Most of the they say that they are opposite thing. The thing opposite, like inversely there because the exam what second has meaning of that thing you are asked the opposite of those. Why we have why why say for example why we don't have highest ethical standards, why we don't have ethical standards in for that, right? Why we have corruption in this is the thing. Let me explain. Second hierarchy says that ethics is the manifestation of lack of ethics, failure of ethics. Corruption is failure of ethics. Why we have corruption? Because ethics has failed. Manifestation in a direct way shows failure of meaning to base words, root word. Corrupt literally means break or corrupt means break, destroy. Ethics literally means rising many fourth chapter, chapter, maybe first chapter. Second para itself is rising very difficult. Almost has become those things in what we have. Habit is one, and in another way, habit is one. We often do habitual offender. Here, for many, corruption means now corruption has become. Let's read those cases. Corruption is an immoral meaning break or destroy. Ideas to it. My suggestion, because I tried and I have failed. Not now, like when I think, okay, this is. Afterwards, I used to get confused. Is from Latin or Greek? Because many things will be from Latin, many things are from Greek. So just say literally corruption means break or destroy. If you want to go, just say corruption. The word corruption uh, derived from word corruptus. Because Latin and Greek they will be confusing. Hey, because as a student, thought so always Latin, Greek, kinds of things. Don't know which is ethics. Very important. We have different things. But just remember one. Unfortunately, corruption has for many become involving persons in and corruption involving persons in high places to life of habit. Meaning, what is the range? Range is and corruption. High level people, persons in high level, also in like wholesale. Wholesale and what is retail? Day to day activity. Everyday common people. Every way. Side meaning they are saying corruption is the reason why it is because it has F ethics, utility of. There are many utility previous session. Here, what I got second year, yes, second year session. Here, see all these things like in an organization. The organ people also have so ethical standards. Standards, what they'll say? They'll say you since they are acting as standards, ethical standards and standards, and also so they are the way ethical standards also basis. Because of that, organized people will be having consistent up. Also, it gives a framework, you know what, right? The whole thing, the ethics, all these things will be there. So there will be framework, deal with one another. Because of this, easier for here. So in ARC, he says the ethics provide consistent consistent and behavior. Just remember the words maximum never possible because am I audible and now properly? Coach and consistent approach with respect to carrying your response, everything more predictable. Otherwise, organization won't be knowing what he is doing, what are the things, and consistent and appropriate behavior one another, the organization, the members. Is this clear? So in the words of second ARC, organization as well individual standards decides whether one's are right or wrong. Because of this, ethical standards ensure that individuals belonging to an organization have responsibility in decisions. Ethical standards ensure that members of the organization maintain a consistent and appropriate one another and towards clients and the persons of think now. Please ping me if I'm audible. Please message me if I'm audible. Frame, framework of ethical behavior. Very, very like question of your model question paper given into UPSC. What do you understand by ethical behavior? Ethical. Second ARC says second ARC is given a framework for ethical behavior. Any framework of behavior important. Internalize, say this. All these things not possible. Second ARC says framework one number one. Codify norms and codify them. Say for example, in our society, I have got many things like don't harm, give respect to. So you codify them because many things in our society they have got many. You have to codify them. Will be like very subjective. Codifying means making them more mainly in case of organization. For disclosing the personal interest, avoid conflict in the public interest. And if you disclose the personal interest, then avoid the what does this? I will tell you. Say for example, you are the chairman of a interview. You, some of your relatives or one of your relative has come to interview. Or one of your relative has come to the same interview. You should disclose this. This is one of my kith and kin or also come from job campaign. This will avoid conflict. Is clear? What is this conflict? There is a conflict of interest. So avoid conflict of interest. How? One is your relative. You got personal interest, personal gains, and are a member of organization have got to do with public interest. Is this clear? What is conflict? Conflict of interest means where you got two interests. You are an individual. You are an here. You are part of organized government, bureaucracy. Also, you are a wife, husband, child, part of the house, part of the society. Here also you have to look into. Here also still give you the example. Personal interest also organizational interest. You should not not conflict. Someone is saying that voice is breaking. Hmm. Let me. What is the crux of ethical behavior? So, Ria, please tell me, am I audible now? Please ping me if I'm audible. Message me if I am audible. How to promote ethical behavior? How to promote ethical behavior? I'm audible now. Okay. How to promote ethical behavior? How do you promote? How do you promote ethical behavior? Because this is the implied things, and also this is very important because these are the things what I am. These are the things of not mine. These are UPSC things. These are UPSC things because it's said by second years. Because UPSC has framed syllabus based on second years. What is the crux of ethical behavior? Second years says that ethical behavior will not emerge from ethical standards alone. We can have ethical behavior only when the ethical standards are adopted. In adoption of ethical standards, the lie in crux of ethical behavior lie in adoption of ethical standards in action. So the same thing he has repeating in another thing in a systematic way. Why I took is he has given 4 points here. Previously he has mentioned only this fourth one, robust culture of integrity. Now he has given systematic way and in a separate para. So I have taken this. First one is ethical standards. Ethical standards should be put in action. Second thing is in sanctions against violations of the ethical standards. First is you have to put ethical standards in action. Second, if violations are there, there is violation, then you have to go for sanction. If somebody violates, don't you think so? You have got ethical standards, and if nobody is punishing anyone for violating that, can we have ethical behavior? Why? You won't beat another person? You may be angry with that person. Why? Why you won't kill another person? Because there is some sanction. If you violate the ethical standards, you will be put behind the bar. Not only that, at home, you take for example, you are a elder brother or elder sister. Why you won't beat your younger sister or younger brother? You should not beat anyone. That is think that that is a ethical standard. Why even then, if you are beating, will your parents keep quiet? They will say, "No, you are the not the person to beat your brother, younger brother or younger sister. If she does something wrong, tell me." At the same time, they say to your younger brother also, you have to obey your elder brother, isn't it? So there are sanctions. There should be sanctions. If your parents won't do that, they will be simply quarreling always. Okay. So adoption of ethical standards into action. Next is sanctions against the violation of ethical standards. Next, putting in place competent disciplinary bodies to investigate allegations of ethical standards violations and impose sanctions quickly. Means impose sanctions quickly, very important. Not like what is happening now. Anything which has happened in 2010, someone will be punished after 10 years in many cases. They have to be punished very quickly, sanctions very quickly. And also here, sanctions against violation is different. Next thing, competent like disciplinary authorities to investigate allegations until you are not proved guilty. Like you cannot say that you are wrong. That may be an allegation. So you have to put a disciplinary body, competent disciplinary body to investigate the things. Next, important in promoting a culture of integrity. So crux of ethical behavior means all these things. To have ethical behavior in the society, what you have to do. The framework also, framework of the ethical behavior, you take points from that also. And also the crux of ethical behavior lies in adoption of the standards, sanctions if the violations are there, and putting in place a competent disciplinary authority and imposing sanctions quickly and promoting a culture of integrity. This I have explained. So in your culture, it has to be there. The following ethical standards should be there in your culture itself. In your culture, there is no things like that not following. Everybody know what is good, what is bad. But in your culture, there is no nothing like following those things. Then it may not lead to ethical. Is this clear? Next, same extension of the thing. The crux of ethical behavior does not lie in bold words. and expressions enshrined as ethical standards. This you can write in the first place. In fact, second essay has written first these things. I thought of explaining the 4 points first, so I have written this below. I'm just modifying the sequence or arrangement. Otherwise, I'm not touching any single word. Crux of ethical behavior does not lie in bold words and expressions enshrined as ethical standards. Just having the standards does not ensure the ethical behavior. But ethical behavior is ensured when you adopt these standards in action, when there is sanction if there is violation of the standards, when there is a competent authority to investigate the allegations of violation and impose sanctions quickly, and in promoting culture of integrity. Next, formulating a code of ethics. Here, second ARC has used Napoleon's word. Second ARC says law should be succinct and simple. Just remember this word, succinct and simple. Second means like it should be a precise one, clear but precise. So succinct means like short and sweet, to in a correct way. Short and sweet. Succinct means, so it should be succinct and also simple. It should be short and sweet, so that it should be very small, so that you can carry in your pocket. And also it should be simple, that even a peasant means, generally who will be the peasant? Generally those are like less literate. We can't say that illiterate. Let's just state peasant. So in the words of second ARC, for formulating a code of ethics, it would be useful to keep in mind the advice of Napoleon. It is given by Napoleon, who said law should be so succinct that it can be carried in the pocket of a coat. In pocket, you can means that should be very small, means short and sweet, and it should be so simple that it can be understood by the peasant. Means if peasant can understand, all others can understand. Means the meaning is that should be short and sweet, and also it should be understood by the most backward with respect to education, all these people. Is this clear? Elaborative, say for example, like pages required, and also using the technical jargons, even it becomes very difficult for others to comprehend the things. That should not be. In fact, this is one of the like disadvantage they say of our constitution. This can be asked. See, Napoleon is saying it should be succinct and simple, but our constitution is the lengthiest, and also it is not simple. The Constitution Assembly is said to be the paradise of lawyers. All they have written, like save their word, very difficult to understand. So this is one of the disadvantage or demerit they say. But also, Tamu, like whenever it comes to the things like our constitution, because we have given our constitution, you cannot criticize, my dear students. This is very important to you. One of the thing is the constitution. Who has given this constitution? We the people. Who have elected the legislature? We the people. Who have elected the executive? We the people. So even if you bring out the limitations, you have to say use like some say that, or when even if you bring out the limitations, you also should come up with supporting the things. You cannot criticize constitution. They may have allegations about a great personality. Another important thing, say for example, Gandhiji, for many reasons. or someone influenced you or saw for many reasons. Like if you are not liking, if you have found some like major defects in his moral and ethical conduct, so advisable to for you to criticize, because it is our fundamental duty to respect the freedom fighters. It is our fundamental duty to respect the freedom fighters as a person. Like there will be, so even if you say, you have to say the good things about those, the thing. Is this clear? Constitution may be lengthy. For that you have to substantiate. The things were like that. Princely states were there. Diverse people, diverse things. If it is left for interpretation, the India what we have would have not been there. We have to accommodate not only just ruling. We were also involved in the making of a state, building of a country. There were many areas like Northeast. There they never had the idea of democracy itself. Even in many areas, they don't think that they are Indians. One of the reason is they look different than the other people. Their religion is different. Their race is different. Their caste, their religion is different. Their culture, their tradition is different. And they were ruled in British period also. They were not integrated. Intentionally, British kept them in a different way. They were separated. Suddenly, assimilating becomes difficult for them. Okay, so code of ethics should be succinct and simple, according to Napoleon. Why we need ethical code? Why we need ethical code? One of the thing here, what they are saying is, say for example, we have laws and also like code of conduct. But we should have something known as ethical code. We should have something as ethical code. Why? Because say for example, here in law they say don't do this. Say for example, let me take one of the code of conduct. They say that one cannot, a government official or a civil servant cannot have more than one spouse. A civil servant should not have more than one spouse. That it may be male or female, like more than one wife, more than one husband, not permissible. So this is law. But what if the civil servant is having extramarital affairs, irrational affairs? Due to his position, he is having relations with the top models, actors, and some of the people who come, but they are not his spouse. They are not his spouse. Means law cannot hold him accountable. Law cannot punish him for the breach. So he is not like doing anything criminal activity. Law says that don't marry more than one wife or husband. So he is not marrying, but he is having extramarital relations with many. So here comes the code of ethics. Is this correct? Is this clear? Code of ethics is a very broader thing. It generally refers to the broad behavior. Your law and your code of conduct will be specific. Say, for example, you should maintain highest ethical standard, highest ethical standard, or you should be having integrity in your job. Then integrity includes all these things. Is this clear? We'll discuss and we'll have a like elaborative discussion on not only this session, the next session which we'll be having at 8 o'clock also. Okay. What the thing I'll say for you. Let us take the things given by second ARC. In second ARC, they have mentioned a real episode where one of the person says, you can read it. I'll just say the text. Government employees, what they are doing, commit ethical lapses not amounting to criminal conduct. So, what they are doing, they are committing ethical lapses, but not amounting to criminal conduct. What are these ethical lapses? I gave you the example. You cannot have more than one wife or husband. They're not having, but not amounting to critical like criminal conduct. But what they are doing, they are having many extramarital relations. Other example, they say offend the spirit of the law. See, what is the spirit? You should have like things like infidelity. All these things should not be there. You have to be committed to your partners. You have to be ethical in your sexual behavior. So offend the spirit of the law, having relation with many other things, but do not violate the letter. What is the letter? Don't have more than one spouse. Do not, another example, very, very good example. Do not directly sell favors of their office to money. They are not selling favors of their office for money. Means they are not taking money to getting the things done. While assigning contracts, while giving them like permissions, while giving providing goods and services, public services, they are not taking money. But under the guess of friendship, they accept favors. Means they provide an imported Rolex watch, an imported car, a flat, something like in the what is that? It is in the friendship. We are friends, so I have accepted. Is this clear? So they have offended the spirit of the law, but they are not violating letter of the law. Means they are not taking money. This is a very, very major problem. Problem here is morality has become identical with legality. The important thing. So this you should not do. We cannot equate morality or ethics to law. Ethics ethics is something broader because we cannot codify everything. System of laws and rules cannot provide for all situations, however elaborate they may be. One thing is this kind of ethical lapses. Main problem is you're not in letter violating. Don't think that you're ethical. Morality should not be identified with legality because law cannot be made for each and every thing. Because laws cannot be that elaborate, it should be succinct, it should be short and sweet. What if we write all the things needed? Once again, their interpretation, reading, everything becomes difficult. So For this purpose, we should have ethical code. Ethical means it will be a broader thing. Laws means perfectly like what you have to do, what you should not do. Ethics means in a broader thing. You should maintain high ethical standards. You should be a man of integrity. You should have objectivity, impersonality. Yes, they're very ethical things. They're very, like very broader things. Say for example, a civil servant has to maintain objectivity. Maintain objectivity. So this is code of ethical code. Then you can say that if there is something, see you have not used objectivity. Instead of that, if under objectivity if there are 3 4 laws, somehow a person may bypass these things. We cannot define objectivity and specifically we can say these things. That is one reason. Is this clear? Why we need ethical code? Because we cannot give law for every situation. One thing. Second thing is often people are committing ethical lapses, but they are not amounting to criminal conduct. That is, offend the spirit of the law, but do not violate the letter. In letter, they are not violating the law, but the spirit of the law is violated. To overcome this, we should have an ethical code. Ethical code will be all encompassing, a broader thing. So this is the thing. I just explained these things. Same literature, even in second RC, you can read this thing. In governance, according to second RC, ethics in governance, to have ethics in governance, an across the board effort is needed to fight deviant behavior. So here, understand one thing first. One of the thing, if you understand the meaning of governance, then the whole answer you can write. Even you, there is no need for the second ERC to read also. No, for this I said. So ethics in governance. What is governance? Governance is the act of problem solving. Governance is making the decisions and implementing the decision. So all these things will be difficult to you. So second ARC says that second ARC, according to second ARC, governance is anything which maximizes. Very important, my dear friends. Internalize this, and you don't get any doubt. And also, no need to bother about any definition of governance. Anything which maximizes the public interest or the welfare of the people. Anything which maximizes the public interest or welfare of the people is governance. Government is the instrument we use. And also they say like many UNDP, all these things, they have said the process of decision making and decision making and implementation related to the rights of the individuals, the duties of the individuals, redressal of the grievances, vision, increasing the capabilities. It includes all the institutions, processes, all these things. So to say, the second ARC thing is very, very brief, you can say. Anything which maximizes the welfare of the people or anything which maximizes public interest, that is governance. That is one. Second is governance includes what are the things which maximize the welfare of the people? Includes government. Also, you have got private organization here, NGO, non-governmental organization. You have got market. You have got civil society. Everything. International organizations. Anything which maximizes. The welfare of the people is in governance. My dear students, you go through the ethics syllabus. At only one or two places they have used the term government. Now, the concept of governance is all emerging, and it has also subsumed everything, your polity, everything. So we see governance everywhere. So second ARC says that across the board effort is needed to fight deviant behavior. Means how to increase ethics in governance, or how to improve governance, how to improve ethics in governance. Then you can add like all the things: government, private organization, civil society, non-governmental organization, market forces, international organizations, yeah, all the things. And it mentions one important thing, and it differentiates ethics in business and business ethics. Let me explain these things in a detail. So, and as it says that need to include, so ethics in governance and across the board effort is needed. Across the board, and means across the board means including everyone. Across the board effort is needed to fight the deviant behaviors. Why we have to fight deviant behavior? For ethical governance. So this should include corporate ethics, ethics in business. Corporate ethics means corporate governance means private organizations also should be included. Corporate ethics, ethics in business. Yeah, this is very very important. Ethics in business, not business ethics. Very important. They have asked already this question, maybe in the form of professional ethics and ethical profession, something like that. So he is saying you should not go for business ethics. You should go for ethics in business. What is like business ethics? Say in some business, say that this will lead to more profit, or these are the things in our business we have to do. They say our business says that we have to do. There is no other go. So he says that business ethics is a derogatory term. Business ethics is a very, very wrong term, they say. What you should have ethics in business. You should follow ethical standards in business, not business ethics. This is clear. So if there is some business to prosper in that, you have to do some things which are against ethical standards. It is justified on the ground that our business ethics says this. Say, for example, business ethics. A merchant or shopkeeper somehow like tells lie about the things for which what he has procured. So he says that if he overcharges. If you go to a shop, if you ask a like a product which he has brought for 100 rupees, you'll say what is the cost means you'll say like 500 rupees. He says that if you don't do tell that, people will won't like take that. If we say 500 also, they will bargain and they will give 200. So this they say that this is business ethics. So first and foremost and very important, don't go to business ethics. Go for ethics in business. Follow ethical standards in business. So it should include corporate ethics and also business ethics. It should include professional, professional, profession, any profession, medicine, nursing, accountancy, teaching, all profession, voluntary organizations, and civil society structure. Voluntary organization like is into those like NGO, all those things, and also should have ethics in citizen behavior. Is this clear? Let me simplify this for you. Second ARC says that to have ethics in governance or to improve ethics in governance, across the board effort is needed to fight deviant behaviors. Means this effort should not be confined to only the three organs of the government. Governance is not limiting to government. Government is just a part. It should include corporate ethics, ethics in business, not business ethics. Business ethics is not the one. Saying that is a derogatory term. And also it should include professional things, organization, and also civil society, ethics in citizens' behavior. All these things are important here. Second IRCC. So these are the exact word. It says that ethics in governance has a much wider import than what happens in different arms of the government. So ethics in governance, not only ethics in governance, governance it doesn't include only the three organs of the government, the arms of the government. So arms of the government, what is referring is your legislature, judiciary, and executive. Not only that, governance includes everything. In that, your government is a small place, small thing. And across the board effort is needed to include corporate ethics, ethics in business. In fact, there should be a paradigm shift. Means like paradigm, like from one thing to another. Paradigm shift, complete change, paradigm shift from pejorative means derogatory business ethics. Means if their business say do some unethical things, doing that. From that to ethics in business. There is a need for ethics in every profession, voluntary organization, civil society structure, as these entities are now vitally involved in the process of governance. Here he is saying already. In governance, we have all these things. Civil society, voluntary organization, your NGO, all professions are part of governance. So it should include. And also there should be ethics in citizens' behavior because such behavior impinges directly on the ethics in the government and administration. This is clear. For this, I would like to have had one thing for you. In fact, in 2006, I suppose, since it has flashed in my mind just now, so I'm saying it says that for the society, not exactly the word, I am telling the gist. For the society to be ethical, first individuals should be ethical. What do you say? Critically analyze. The crux of this is some people say that, sir, society is already spoiled, society is unethical. What difference we will make if an individual is ethical? Sir, society is unethical. How can we ethical? The answer for this is, let me take this part of the board. If you take this as a society, not the individual. If the individual is not ethical, how can the society be ethical? Expecting that I will become ethical when the society becomes ethical. Expecting that the organization, when it becomes ethical, I will become ethical is a wrong thing. Is a wrong thing. Let me give you an example of our palav or biryani, anything, vegetarian, non-veg. So your palav is your society. The taste of palav, the taste of your biryani depends upon the ingredients what you have put. whether we have put basmati rice, whether we have put very good rice which is like 2 or 3 years old, whether we have used fresh ingredients, very good spices which are fresh, whether you have, so if the ingredients are correct, palav will definitely be good. If the combination, all these things, if the ingredients themselves are not good, how can you expect the palav to be good? So what it implies is the only way for ethical governance or ethical society is the ethical and moral standards of the individual should be high. To put in a very concrete way, there should be a culture of ethics, culture of integrity. Why you need a culture of integrity? Culture, what is their culture? It is passed on from one generation to another. One generation to another, ethical things are passed on. Second, in culture, properties, it should be accepted in most members of the society and it should be learned. The third one, when ethical things are passed on from one generation to another, when ethical things are learned, when most people of the society are following ethical standards, isn't it a very value loaded term? We should have a culture of integrity. What is integrity? Ethics in action, following ethics in our day to day activities. Ethics plus consistency, all moral values plus consistency, and also following them. Why your syllabus is named as ethics, integrity, and aptitude? Why? What is the difference? Why I have used ethics and also integrity? Ethics is just standards. Integrity is following them. If you are in the organization setup, governance, it will be named as probity. So you have got probity in governance. Is these things clear for you? If you have any doubt with respect to these things, please comment me. I will answer these things in the next session. Having said that, take my promo code Buddha IAS and get 10% discount. And also, please join my Telegram group where I will be providing complete ethics material, standard ethics material. There is no need for you to go to any other material which I go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also hit the notice button, like button to get notification. Let's crack it with Unacademy. This is Raghu with you, signing off for now. We'll reassemble at 8 o'clock. Don't go away. Thank you.